Welcome back, movie fans. We're coming at you today with a very nostalgic movie, but it is new. So today we'll be talking about Beetlejuice, which is Beetlejuice 2. And I'll come out flat and say it. I only watched the first Beetlejuice just recently. I've never seen it. And I think both of them are great. Beetlejuice is I like Beetlejuice.
We'll start off with the fact that, to me, finding out there was going to be a second Beetlejuice was kind of weird. Like, Ben hadn't seen it before, prior to it being announced, but when I saw that there was going to be a sequel, I was like, okay, where are they going to go with it? What are they going to do with it? How are they going to follow the storyline from the first Beetlejuice or continue it on? So I thought it was interesting that they even came out with a second one, but I was pleasantly surprised with how everything was written and how it all turned out.
Yeah, I think the classic problem with sequels is they almost feel like you don't need them, you know?
Yeah.
And I don't think there was a point watching this second movie where I was like, why did we make this one? Why did we do that? You know, like it didn't feel unneeded.
It had a lot of connections back to the original movie and a lot of like homages. And like Ben said, it was just very nostalgic. It brought back a lot of the old original Beetlejuice points and obviously some of the characters that it was very nostalgic. It made you feel kind of good.
Now again, I just recently watched the movie, so I can't really say it that much, but I just think this movie is fun because it's cool to get back into that world of Beetlejuice where it's that world of you don't know what's going to happen. Are things magical? Are things supernatural? Or like, you know, like it's just craziness. And I think that's a fun movie world to be in. So I think it was just cool to see that space again.
Yeah, like anything.
Even though I just watched the first one, but you know what I mean. But you brought up a good point because after finishing the first one, you're kind of sitting there like, wait, how would you do a second one? Like, that doesn't sound like it would really work out too well and probably like bomb or something. But they did find a good way to incorporate the new characters while also still having the old characters and not making it too jumbled, I guess.
I'd say it was all pretty like level. So you had Winona Ryder and you had Catherine O'Hara as your main leads pretty much. And then you had Jenna Ortega coming in, but she didn't take over the movie, I would say. It was pretty like split with the original ladies and then her. And then Michael Keaton, obviously, he's his own thing in his own category.
A big plus for this movie that I would say, even though it's a new movie in nowadays times, Tim Burton still used the old stop motion. It looked like he still used his old effects, like old everything. It didn't look like he traded it out for the new school, new CGI or anything like that. So it still had that feel of the original Beetlejuice, where the things are in stop motion and like the sandworm is moving, but it's definitely
practical.
Like
it's all practical.
Moving.
Yeah, so there's a couple characters in the movie where you could CGI them, but they were all practical. Like I saw behind the scenes footage, and they're all real.
So it's just good to know that Tim Burton is sticking to his roots, you know. And so now I'm like, shoot, give me some more Tim Burton movies. I want some more. I just love the Tim Burton art, I guess, too. Mm-hmm. So that was a good little overview. We're going to go ahead and jump right into the Saucy opinion here. We can both agree, I want to say, that this is easily a spicy movie. It's one of those movies where you're trying to search for stuff you didn't like and like trying to sniff out what was bad with the movie.
There was comedy, there was nostalgia. The acting was good in my opinion. I love the actors, they did a good job. I love Tim Burton, so the directing of it all is a little more tame than the first one in that aspect of like family
wasn't as
versus
raunchy.
not. Yeah. Or like scary. I heard that the original, they made it and categorized it as a horror film, which to me was, I mean, not kind of, I guess, but also a comedy. And so I'd say this one's more of just a comedy.
Yeah, more of a comedy for sure. Yeah, I think my only one thing I didn't like about the movie was it felt like they tried to introduce kind of a big bad upper villain, your big bad wolf in town, you know? And you just never saw the big bad. That didn't really do anything. The moments you would see her, it would just kind of be a 1 minute, goes and kills this random person, and then it's supposed to build up that, ooh, she's a threat, like she's gonna come kill someone. But she doesn't, and she shows up and doesn't do anything. And so I was a little confused at why they put that character in there, I guess, because I don't think it felt needed at all to the story. Because it didn't play into Jenna Ortega at all. It didn't play into, it didn't play into any of the new people, any of the old people. It was just some fling Beetlejuice had at some point. Yeah. Where it's like, yeah. I mean, that's funny, but you're going to base a whole movie villain around some, it's just a little loose.
It just didn't go anywhere. It was kind of odd.
Yeah, because it seems like they're setting up a main villain, but then she's not a main villain. So it's just interesting as why she's there. That's all. That was my only kind of gripe with the movie, I would say. Go out and see this one for sure if you've seen OG Beetlejuice. Even if you haven't, you'll still enjoy it, and it'll probably make you want to go watch the original Beetlejuice. So yeah, I think that's about it for this saucy opinion. We do have Transformers 1 coming out this week, and also Speak No Evil comes out this week as well. Do I have that right? With James McAvoy. So some good movies coming up still. So yeah, Transformers 1 and Speak No Evil are coming up, and I've been hearing good things about them, so I hope they're as good as the internet's been saying they are. So I guess tune in to find out, because you never know. Thank you all for tuning into my saucy opinion today. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.